FRC's second annual Ward Medal Iron Patriot Showcase Night, sponsored by Dell Electronics. Dell Electronics has been sponsoring our team for many years now, and we're incredibly excited to partner with them for today's event. My name is Aditya Kumar, and I'm the team captain of the Ward Medal Iron Patriots, the robotics team here at Willow High School. Our team is incredibly excited to share what we've been working on for the past few months. However, before that, I'd like to invite our head mentor, Mr. Benjamin Blades, to say a few words.
Like Aditya said, my name is Benjamin Blades. I'm one of the technology teachers here. I have the privilege of mentoring FRC Robotics for 5 years here and 17 years in another district. So this will be 20 plus years of mentoring these programs. And over those decades, I've had the opportunity to watch so many students grow through this program and see all of the benefits from this program. So every single season, I can see everything they've done from start to finish. So what you're going to see tonight is impressive. You're going to see a robot that moves with precision, with power. You're going to get to see their engineering design, their programming, the electrical system, the manufacturing, the problem solving, everything that they've done for this one machine. But you need to remember that robotics, when you get a chance to look around, it's more than just this robot. It's all about building our future engineers, our future leaders, our future CEOs. At some point, we're probably going to be working for these kids. What makes this team spectacular isn't just what they built, it's how they built it. So they've worked long nights, they've solved difficult problems that don't have easy answers. They've failed, they've adjusted, they've changed, they've redesigned. So they've learned how to communicate, how to lead, and how to trust each other within this team. So this is a business, and it runs like one. What you're going to see tonight is the result of all of that effort. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to introduce the Ward Melville Iron Patriots, led by Aditya and Andrew.
And thank you to our mentors for all that you do for us. It takes a ton of time and effort to build a robot, and we're incredibly thankful for the work we did. So what do? We are part of the FRC Robotics Competition, one of 3 international FRC Robotics competition programs provided by this company called FRC. FRC stands for Inspiration and Recognition in Science and Technology. The way our program, FRC, works is that every year in January, FRC releases a game for us to design a robot around. We have roughly 6 weeks to then design, build, wire, and program a robot completely from scratch to participate in regional competitions come March. The goal of FRC is to provide key STEM education for kids K-12. Through our outreach, we help further the mission of FRC by inspiring others. We formed multiple meaningful partnerships with locations and people. One of these locations is MS Clark Library, where we hold monthly engineering challenges for elementary school kids. Recently, in February, we held our first ever engineering fair. We invited kids of all ages to come to the library and experience multiple fun engineering stands and activities. Additionally, we've partnered with New York State Assemblywoman Rebecca Cassay to further and emphasize the importance of STEM in our community. She's attended multiple of our team's events, such as our sponsor night event in 2025, and she's been following our team's ongoing occurrences. By participating in outreach, we aim to help kids pursue engineering in the future. Our team starts with the off-season, which begins with the start of the school year. During the off-season, we use this time to train and prepare our mentors for the upcoming high-intensity season. Members get experience by working on various projects that we design, plan, and execute ourselves. These allow our rookie members to get experience in engineering skills, as well as soft skills, which are just as important when you're working with a team. For those that came to our sponsor night event in 2025, you may know that we split our off-season into 2 halves this year. We began with off-season A, where we made modifications to our 2025 competition robot for our Half Wheel Hills competition. The second half of our off-season B, we made a replica of a 2017 style shooter, so we got experience designing and building a mechanism completely from scratch. This year, we've had our highest off-season member retention yet. By the end of the season, we had an 80% member retention rate, along with 90 members registered to our team. Halfway through the off-season, we attend the Half Wheel Hills Invitational Off-Season Competition. We attend this off-season competition to give our rookie members competition experience with last year's robot, along with letting them go through the learning and iterative process that occurs at a competition as a team. I'll quickly play our Half Wheel Hills recap video video from 2025.
You've never met before, but still she greets you like a long-lost rock and roll. She's definitely one of those where you go wherever she goes. And my body and my mind both start talking at the exact same time, trying to think of ways to make her mine, but difficult to find. It's not what I need. No, your love's not what I need. So don't give it to me. And she said, oh, well, I know this will sound cold, but I really have to go. And it's not that I'm not free, there's nowhere I need to be. It's just your love's not what I need, so don't give it to me. It's not what I need. No, your love's not what I need, so don't give it to me. She said, baby, how can I believe you? How can I believe you when you can't believe your love? No point sticking to the plan when it's gone stuck.
Team 6423 would like to invite Team 35A to join our alliance. Team 6423 and Team 35A would like to invite Team 8267 to join our alliance.
It's more a hunger than a thirst. She'll break your heart the second time before you know about the first. Looks well equipped to leave you in the lurch, but you'd let her do her worst. And it's not hard to tell, it's obvious the other angels' faces fell when she told them that she had to go, swap her wings and overcoat for something colorful. It's not what I need. No, your love's not what I need. So don't give it to me. No, your love's not what I need. So don't give it to me. No, your love's not what I need. So don't give it to me. No, your love's not what I need. So don't give it to me. Your love's not what I
We're so bad! We're so bad!
This song is by one of my favorite bands, the Arctic Monkeys, by the way. So after the half of Bill's invitational competition, we then started the second half of our off-season B. During off-season B, as I said, we made a 2017 replica shooter based on the 2017 FRC game, Steamworks. I'll play a quick video about showcasing the shooter at our parent site event in December.
That wasn't that fast. So the whole point is
Our season starts with kickoff, which this year occurred on January 10th. During kickoff, our team gets together to watch the game reveal video. During the season, our team meets for roughly 14 hours a week, nearly every single weekday. In fact, this week we're planning on meeting roughly 25 hours in order to prepare for this night's event, along with our upcoming competitions next week. The season is very intensive and it takes a lot of work from our team and mentors. I'd like to quickly show the game animation from this year's game so you can have a basic understanding of how it works.
Welcome to the 2026 FIRST Robotics Competition Game, Rebuilt, presented by Haas. 2 alliances of 3 teams each compete to earn points by scoring fuel in their active hub and climbing their tower. Alliances earn additional rewards for meeting additional scoring thresholds. Robots start each match on their starting line and may be preloaded with up to 8 fuel. During the first 20 seconds of the match, both hubs are active. Robots are autonomous and can be programmed to score fuel into the hub and climb their tower to level 1. Robots can collect additional fuel from the depot or from human players in the outpost. Human players can also throw from the outpost into the hub to score points. Fuel scored in auto is worth 1 point each. After fuel is scored in the hub, it is returned back to the neutral zone. Robots can drive over the bumps or under the trenches to collect additional fuel from the neutral zone. The remaining 2 minutes and 20 seconds of the match are the teleop period, where drivers control their robots. Teleop is split into 6 segments: the transition shift, 4 alliance shifts, and the endgame. During the shifts, hubs are either active or inactive. Each fuel scored in an active hub is worth 1 point. To start teleop, both hubs are active for the 10-second transition shift. Next are the alliance shifts. The alliance that scores the most fuel in auto will have their hub inactive for the 25-second duration of alliance shift 1. The opposing alliance hub will be active during this time. For the next shift, the hub status will switch, and the hub that was inactive will become active. The hubs will continue to alternate for alliance shifts 3 and 4 as teams continue to collect fuel and score it in their hub while it's active. Last is the endgame, where both hubs are active for the final 30 seconds of the match. Teams that can score enough fuel in their hub to meet the energized threshold will earn a ranking point. Teams that score enough fuel in their hub to meet the supercharged threshold will earn an additional ranking point. As time runs out, teams return to climb their tower. A robot that can climb to level 1 will earn 10 points. A robot that can climb to level 2 will earn 20 points. And a robot that can climb to level 3 will earn 30 points. An alliance that can earn enough tower points from robots climbing in either auto or teleop will earn the traversal ranking point. The alliance that earns the most points overall wins the match.
So, as you may have seen, the game this year is very complicated, as it is every year. So, our first goal as a team is to approach the game with our strategic analysis process. The first step in the strategic analysis process is reading the rules and understanding the game flow. Following that, we decide what we want to do and what we do not want to do. As a team without unlimited resources, as every FRC team in the program, we are very prone to overscope. Overscoping is the idea that we do too much and we don't do it well. We'd rather focus on our strengths and do it well in order to be a competitive team in our region. Our strategic analysis process influences the robot design, and sub-teams work together based on their own design to execute mechanical processes, which includes building, wiring, and programming the robot. Which brings us to where we are today. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to show you our brand new robot for the 2026 rebuilt FRC season. Artifactor, 2 waves to the crowd. So who wants to see what this robot can do? This year's game features our multiple or yellow dog called Field. This year's game is a high volume shooter game, which means that there's many game pieces on the field, roughly 400, and our robot's job is to be able to pick those up and shoot them into the hub. You can see our robot Artifactor currently intaking fuel. artifactor lines up with the hub and starts shooting. The most interesting aspect of this year's game, as for every FRC game, is the human player. The human player combines physical ability along with a strategic influence on the game. This year's human player is able to take fuel from the field and shoot it into the hub alongside the 3 robots on their team. Unfortunately, our human player is unable to make it today. However, as a former human player for the team, I will attempt to make the same shot that our human player is required to make during a competition. So our human player is actually not supposed to miss that badly during competition. As Artifactor goes to intake and shoot its final fuel, I'd like to hand it over to my co-captain, Andrew Sanulak, to talk about the robot design.
I am Andrew Sanulak. I am the co-captain of this robotics team, and I'm also the design lead, and I was the one who overlooked the design of this robot. So this robot consists of 4 mechanisms: the drivetrain, intake, the hopper, and the shooter. So starting out with just the entire robot, the frame perimeter is 27.5 by 27.5, which is the max frame perimeter you can have. The thought behind this was we want to hold as many balls as possible, and there was really no reason to have a smaller robot, so we just maxed it out. And as you can see, it's 21.75, which is conveniently 1/2 of an inch below the height of the trench, meaning we can comfortably fit right around that trench with the hood down. About $14,000 was spent on this robot on material, on box tube, on COTS items, and on electrical stuff. And all the sheet metal was donated by Sigma Aerospace Metals, so thank you very much for that. The drivetrain consists of 4 MK5i swerve modules, which is the new swerve module that Swerve Drive Specialties came out with this year. We thought going with the new option might be a little bit risky, but worth it at the end, seeing as they have interchangeable gear ratios, meaning you can either have a really strong but really slow robot, or you can have a really quick, really light robot almost. This is really useful because we didn't know what the game was. We didn't know if it was full field cycles or short, quick cycles. So we decided to go right in the middle, L2 ratio, which is a little bit of both, seeing as this game is a little bit of both. 1/8 pocketed aluminum belly pan, which is actually, it's a brain pan, meaning all the electronics are mounted on the bottom of the robot. And logic behind this was we wanted as much space on the top to have any subsystem mounting, any ball stored as well. And also, electronics would be really hard, to get under this thing. This doesn't move. This doesn't move. You can't really get your hands in there. It's really hard. I've tried. But since it's all mounted on the bottom, electrical team can have an easy time messing around with anything like that. And all the electronic stuff costs about $3,000. Intake. It is a 4-bar linkage, meaning rather than like a slap down mechanism where it just it kind of extends out like this. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah. It extends out, meaning that if it gets hit by a wall or another robot, it'll retract back into the robot instead of just putting all that load into the polycarb plates. The base of it is aluminum and it is polycarb arms, meaning that it is very strong, but also very flexible, meaning it can go back to its original state easily. And one of the most interesting parts of this robot, or this intake, is a passively deployed kicker. This comes down, this stays up in the beginning of the match, but the moment the match starts, it'll come down by itself if I just move the robot, and it acts as a sort of step for the ball. The ball kind of comes up as I'm driving into it, and it kind of bounces up on this kicker. This makes it a lot easier to intake the balls, and it's just intaking a lot more consistently. So the shooter consists of 2 Krakens driving 2 solid urethane wheels, which is big rubber wheels, as well as 2 Swerve Drive Specialties brass flywheels, which basically just add rotational inertia to the flywheel. We were shooting so many balls So the motors can't themselves keep the flywheel at a certain velocity, right? Or a certain rotational velocity. So these flywheels add mass to the rotation, and it's harder to slow down the flywheel. And if you can shoot a bunch of balls at the same speed all in a row. The structure is 16-inch aluminum, we just thought that'd be most rigid, and it's fine. And one of the most interesting parts is it's a hooded shooter, and it's got a hood, but also it's adjustable with a kind of rack and pinion idea. So the hood has a pattern on the back of it, which it has like grooves, like the grooves of a gear. And there's a spur gear that actually can move the hood up and down as such. And that's how we can change the angle. If we need to shoot from really far back, we can have a really high angle and shoot right into that hub. And yeah. And the hopper, pretty simple. Just 16-inch polycarbonate walls. They're flexible, easy to work with, but very strong. This stuff is so strong, I'm actually surprised. This will never break, but this is exactly what we need. We don't need something that can hold, a lot of load. It just keeps the balls in. It's really easy to work with. And there's kind of these angled plates, as you can see. This is kind of the inside of it. There's angled plates that go into the center. And what's in the center? Actually, can you go back? Oh, not that bad. Okay. There's this belt. It's like a conveyor belt almost. And it's not in CAD, but it's got little teeth on it. So this kind of helps the balls move along a lot better than just a plain belt. We tried it with the plain belt and it kind of sucked. But this kind of is able to index the balls into the shooter a lot easier. So the hopper is what holds the balls, and then this indexer is what moves the balls from the hopper into the shooter. So you can move on. And that's about it. It's got some box shoot supports for rigidity, as well as a camera mount. And that's about it. Pretty simple robot.
Upon entering this event, everyone should have received a War Medal Iron Patriots Showcase Night handout. This handout includes information about how to sponsor or donate to our team, how to keep up with our team via our social media channels, an invitation to the Long Island Regional at Hofstra University, along with the 3 Village STEM Enrichment Foundation summer camps. These summer camps are provided throughout the district in order to help the STEM programs within the district receive funding every year. Additionally, something special we're doing this year is inviting all of you to attend the Long Island Regional with us. On Friday, March 20th, we do not have school, or at least the 3 Village Central School District does not have school for students and teachers. So we'd like to invite all of you to attend the event at Hofstra University for an action-packed day of matches that Friday. Additionally, platinum sponsors and district administrators will get a tour of the pits and special insight into our approach to competition. Finally, I would like to give some thank yous. I'd like to thank the parents of our team who have maybe been driving your kids home every day at 8 p.m. without realizing all the hard work they've been doing. I'd like to thank our sponsors, especially some of our key sponsors who help keep our team afloat. The 3 Village Central School District provides our registration and transportation to the Long Island Regional every year. The 3 Village STEM Enrichment Foundation provides most of the funding for our robot process. The Korean family was able to give us a generous donation following the unavailability of some of our funding sources. The Gene Haas Foundation provided a $3,000 grant for us in order to use it towards regional registration. Dell Electronics has been sponsoring us for years and allows us to grow and be better than ever year after year. And finally, Sigma Aerospace Metals provides the sheet metal for our robot every single year, along with being one of our most valuable gold sponsors. I'd like to thank our district administration, specifically Dr. Kevin Scanlon and Mr. John Bologna, for being so enthusiastic about the team and the things that we do. I'd like to thank our mentors for the time and effort they put into the team, especially whenever we ask to meet until 8 p.m. every day. And finally, I'd like to thank my team. This being my last year on the team, my team has inspired me in so many amazing ways, and I hope that I've inspired them in only a fraction of the way that they've inspired me. With that, I'd like to invite our team up front to take a couple pictures, and we'll be running more cycles up in the front, and we encourage you to get a closer look and ask any questions. So with that, thank you for attending this year's Showcase event, and we hope you enjoy the rest of your